Hello Commanders, welcome back to the command table. I am Mathermar and we are proceeding with the journey walkthrough. We have reached the Eldritch Mountains and we'll be covering the first 5 battles in this video. If you like what you see here, please do like and subscribe, and if you want notifications when I drop new videos, please hit that notification bell. Also, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those below. Just a quick status update. I was able to hit rank 16 before the season ended. So I did it, let's see, Journey was released on Monday, and in the 2 weeks of that first season that Journey was available, I was able to make it to rank 16. So it is possible to do. I haven't spent a dime on this account. It's all free to play. I have actually completed some raids as well, and I've gotten some rewards from that, which you can see on my PvP profile. But as you'll notice in all of my videos, that I'm not using the artifacts as of yet for the journey. So let's go ahead and hop in to our journey videos. We are on battle 291. All right, we have, let's go ahead and pause, back it up a smidge, there we go. Okay, we have 3 Ember Fiends, we have 2 Mind Corruptors, and 3 Earth Elementals. So, I love using Mind Corruptors, I hate fighting Mind Corruptors. So, I'd like to delete those as quickly as possible. I don't know why this one is level 1. I imagine they'll change that at some point in the near future. But what we're going to do is we're just going to blitz the whole thing. We've got our squad here with should be a battle drummer and not an Ember Fiend. Is there an Ember Fiend in there? It doesn't look like it. Battle drummer and a barrier monk with 2 wraiths and 2 warhounds, and that's just going to rush right through and knock these heavy melee units out as quickly as possible. The battle drummer makes that possible with the earth elementals, and the barrier monk makes that possible with the Ember Fiends. So we're going to use these assassins to delete the Mind Corruptors and go from there. Okay, Mind Corruptors down, one of the Ember Fiends down, but the barrier monk is able to shield the group from the low level attack of the Ember Fiends. Their attack doesn't hit very hard, so when it hits that barrier monk bubble, it does very little. The thing that the Ember Fiends are actually good at is applying the burn, and that's where the bulk of their damage comes from. Okay, so there's that. Let's move on to 292. Okay, here we have the Rangers Guild. Okay, we have 5 groups of archers, looks like 4 groups of hammer throwers, and 5 groups of righteous defenders. So I wanted to kind of feature the freezing trap and show just how effective that can be, especially when you know where your enemy is going to be and where you can place it. And so that's why I'm using this freezing trap up here. It's going to basically neutralize this whole top quarter of the army and make it totally useless. Then what we're going to do is use these bomb bots down at the bottom to clear a path for my kind of medium swarm here. I've got a frost wizard in here, but it's totally unnecessary. If you've got some other melee units that you want to throw in there, even if they're lower level, they'll make a lot better advance than using the frost wizard. I put the risen warriors over here to start working from the back on the ranged, just to kind of give them a distraction while my main force pushes through. So that's what I was going for there. Okay, so again, just see how little that frost wizard does and see how much that freezing trap does. Now, that entire front line is going to be frozen for 15 seconds. And that's an eternity for a battle. So you see they're still frozen from the very beginning of the battle, and it's just a matter of cleaning up at this point. It would have happened a lot faster if I had had more swarm units than just the frost wizard. Okay, so let's move on to 293. Okay, I've got a note on this one. I was tired. Use something other than Valkyrie. I remember this quite vividly. I've been working hard trying to get these videos out as quickly as I can, and I was running this as a test, and I figured it wouldn't work. So I ended up not pressing the surrender button to redo it and to give you something a little more effective. But notice this Valkyrie, there is nothing for it to heal. So I've got nothing that Valkyrie can do. So these two Untamed Beasts are going to run forward and hit the bombs. The dire wolves are going to run into these mine shrooms and they're going to start fighting each other. And that's actually where the Valkyrie kind of becomes moderately useful, is she starts to heal one of the mind-controlled dire wolves, but it's a total waste of points. Please don't use the Valkyrie. Throw in maybe some hammer throwers or an Ember Fiend or something other than that. The two assassins will take care of the catapults, and it's not going to be hard to take care of these shield bearers even if the assassins can't clear them out. So we've accounted for the primary threats of the Untamed Beasts, the catapults, and then everything else is going to come to a dead halt right here while the enemy's own units hold that advance at bay, and my Crystal Spire can do its work. So let's let it run. Okay, and first wolf gets mind controlled, and now I can use that to kind of hold off the rest, even though that's totally not necessary, because it would have been a lot better to have killed a lot more of the wolves than kept one of the mind controlled wolves healed to the top. So I apologize for that one. Feel free to adapt that, find a better way. Okay, now for this one, I again had a similar problem where I win the battle without being able to make the adjustments, and you cannot replay these yet. So unless Traplight changes that, we're not going to be able to do a redo of these videos or to update them to show improvements on the strategy without creating an entirely new account. So the note was regarding these mine shrooms on the bottom. I would have preferred, after I had finished the video, I can't change it, but I would have preferred to have moved them right about here. And you'll see why. Just keep an eye on these bottom units as they move forward. Okay, so we've got 4 brutes, we've got 4 groups of shield bearers, and we've got 4 groups of archers. Assassins are going to take out the back line. The bomb bots are going to thin up the front line and take the bulk of the health out of these brutes, possibly take a few shield bearers with them. Then they'll run into the mine shrooms, which will turn these level 9 and 10 units into my units to hold that front line, while the ranged units do their job. So that's the theory behind this one. And again, keep your eye on these bottom mine shrooms and these units as they come right over here. That it would have been more ideal if I had put the mine shrooms further back. You'll see they kind of bypass the shrooms entirely and work their way up. So minor adjustment on that, and possibly even the top mine shrooms, if you're having difficulty with this, that might be the way to go, because that puts everything in range of the Crystal Spires while still holding that line. Okay, and 295. Okay, this one was, it took me a little bit of thought to figure this one out. I decided that what I would do is I would negate the functionality of the ancient tree by putting everything way the heck out of its range and forcing all these units to come to me. So these Stormcallers are going to run forward and hit these mine shrooms, and they're going to turn around, and they won't get all of the druids, as you'll see, but they will knock out a couple of them. And even once they have been cleansed by the druids, they turn right back around and run into the mine shrooms again. We'll see how that plays out. But I've put a bunch of slow-moving units to allow the Stormcallers time to get forward. Notice that this group of mine shrooms is slightly recessed compared to the top. And that's because this Stormcaller is slightly back from this one. So they should hit at about the same time. There's freezing runes here in the front, so that would cause me some trouble. But we're going to negate the threat of the ranged units by forcing them to come to me. And then it's just a matter of my ranged units cleaning up from there. So very, very straightforward. Simple tactic, but it is very effective. And here comes the Stormcallers. Poof, they turn around and blow up 2 of the druids, start shooting at each other. And now it's just a matter of knocking them out. Don't have to worry about the freeze runes or the mine shrooms. I've got plague bearers, so I wouldn't have to worry about the mine shrooms anyway, but now it's just a matter of letting my ranged clean up that tree. So there it is, Battle 295. Thank you for watching. Again, please do like and subscribe. And do check out the commandtable.com, where we have tutorials, we have raid strats, and in the near future we will have merchandise and a comic strip. Thanks for watching.